with Pastor Nee. Everyone,
Yeah.
find him. At Eboda, find him. It's his show, and we are continuing. Somebody said he brought Dr. Miles Moreau to Ibadan. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Fantastic. So, Pastor Nee, over to you, sir.
Thank you, PK. You are blowing our mind as usual. So we've been talking about how to ensure that you remain, in a vantage position post-COVID, and the importance of how to leverage technology at a time like this. Well, like you said, now technology is really the business right now, and then you now find content to push out, on that platform. So you were talking about different industries and how they need to reinvent, post-COVID. So go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, thank you again, Pastor Lee. So, the question people have been throwing is about different areas. Let me quickly zoom in into something very critical. The idea that we have shifted. So, no matter what you do in your marketing, in your planning, in your business development, you have to understand that we have transcended the limits of customer satisfaction. We have totally transcended the limits of customer satisfaction. Please hold on. I'm going to come to the industries very soon. So don't start typing in so that I don't miss it. I will come in at the right time. So just hold on, right? So where we are now is we are now in the zone of what I call customer preference. Customer preference. And I'm going to break it down for you. So right now, as you are at home, you are forming new habits. They say it takes about 27 to 30 days to form a new habit. So the global lockdown is forming new habits for people. Right? And people are not even aware that those habits are being formed for them. They are not even aware that they are forming those habits. So pretty much, new habits are being formed without your permission. Now, when the lockdown is off, you are all going to try to get back to your normal life. You will just find out that you really don't want to anymore. What is being impacted is your habits of thinking. Just imagine that you have habits now, bad habits you are trying to defeat, and how you struggle to defeat those habits, and you have not been able to defeat them. Some of them have been living with you for 10 years, some for 40 years, some for 50 years. Now, don't think that by the end of this lockdown, which is already for some above 30 days, for some above 40 days, don't think you are just going to come out and return to your life. Some of the things you really used to do, all of a sudden are not going to interest you anymore. Some of them are not going to be as easy for you to do anymore because you have built a new habit, and you have built that habit, you have formed that habit without your knowledge. So the impact of that is even you are still learning about yourself. After the lockdown, you are going to go into a school, your own personal school, where you are going to begin to be introduced to you, as in you will be introduced to you. You will begin to know yourself fresh because you pick fresh taste, fresh style, new preferences. So one word to describe all of your new habits is preference. And preferences create prejudices. So it's because you say, before you can say, I don't like short people, before you can say, I don't date short people, you have to first of all say, I like tall people. Preference. When you say, I like tall people, preference, then in turn, your preferences are going to be converted to prejudices. So from I like tall guys, preference, to I cannot marry a short guy, prejudice. So what is happening now is that you are building preferences. You are building preferences. And the moment you gain independence of choice and you are able to move out, all of your preferences are going to be converted to prejudices. to prejudices. So part of what is happening is that once you come out, all of a sudden, you're going to prefer takeouts. Okay, in the United States, we call it takeouts. In Nigeria, for example, you call it takeaway. You know, all of a sudden, you're not going to look forward to spending time, you know, in a restaurant sitting down there because you formed a new habit. You're going to want to take it out. So there's so much that you have built into you now that you are not even aware of. You are going to begin to learn about yourself as you begin to move out into the public space, and the lockdown is out. Now, how does that work for a business? So for a business person or for an entrepreneur, for a small business, until now, how do you determine customer satisfaction? You have to wait for the customer to behave. It is the behavior of the customer, his response to what you have served, that will make you know if he's satisfied or not. Well, that's pre-COVID. In post-COVID, you can't wait for the customer because he will have been buying from somewhere else, because he has a new preference. So what you have to do is to rent a space in the head of your customers to predict their preference, because even the customer does not know his own preference now. So you are going to have to be able to predict his preference. I don't care what you do, whether you are a church or you are a hospital or you are selling books or you are making clothes or selling shoes or you are a musician. Consumption texture has changed. A new type of preference and a new type of prejudices have been built. Actually, a lockdown at any level is one of the greatest disruptions of all time. You see, the World War I and World War II were wars, but what changed the economics of the world after the wars was not because people were killed alone or because people died. No, it's also because in all those 5 years of war, in all those years of war, people develop new ways of thinking. That is why you had people they call baby boomers. That's why people born during the war were thinking in a particular way, and they could even compartmentalize their thinking. Wherever they are born, as long as they were born in the war, kids born in the Biafran war in Nigeria are thinking in a particular way. Also, kids being born in COVID now, in the years to come, are going to be the COVID kids, right? They are also going to be defined by a common sense of traits, by a common sense of style, by a common sense of preference, by a common sense of prejudices, right? So consumption has changed. So as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as a career person, whatever you are doing, recognize that, for example, in your office, when you come back to work, trust me, some guy is going to tell you that, well, we know you used to travel to the Middle East for business to talk to our customers, but can't you have a video conference instead? Because during the lockdown, you were having video conferences and everything went fair. Nobody complained. And we saved money for travel, we saved money for hotel, we saved all the extra codes. So essentially, why do you need to travel? All of a sudden, some mothers are going to be insisting on working from home, right? HR managers are going to begin to make a case for people working from home. They're going to be saying stuff like, okay, so this lady worked from home all the time he was here. You know, why should we come to the office? We can save that space. We can be in a smaller place. We can save that cost. Maybe if you go home, you can make more money. So the company can cut some costs. Whatever we are paying for transportation, whatever we are paying for logistics, you know, can be cut down off the budget. The idea is newness has come. Newness has come. And nobody should take newness lightly, right? But also understand that newness is old happening to new people. Newness is old happening to new people. There's actually nothing new under the sun. But when an old concept is being experienced by a new generation, we call it new. So in every movement, what you call new is something old that is being expressed in a different format. So COVID is new, but the energy of COVID, the fear, the anxiety, the change happened after Second World War. It happened after the First World War. It happened on the different pandemics that we have seen across the globe and in human history. So whether we like it or not, while the share that carried this change is COVID, COVID is not the change. COVID is not the change. COVID is just the container of the change. The content, the substance itself It's not COVID. And you need to respect that. And part of the respect for that is to be able to now understand how to position yourself. Now, let me tell you this. I've been saying this for years, and I need to repeat it now. Stop pursuing dreams. Stop pursuing your dreams. Dreams are not designed to be pursued. In a permissive structure, for years, we could pursue dreams because the pace of arrival of dreams, the pace of the discernment of dreams, and the pace of the execution and implementation of dreams was slower. Over the years, it has gotten faster and faster as we had technology, as the internet came, as telecommunications was disrupted, as transportation was disrupted. Now, with what we are experiencing now, we are in a borderless world. And so you cannot pursue your dreams, you position for your dreams. You don't pursue dreams, you position for your dreams. Words like hustle, my hustle, I'm doing my hustle, I'm moving out, I want to go and pursue I'm going to go and learn my hustle. You are not a hustler anymore. You are now in what I call strategic orchestrations. You are now in a higher realm of strategic foresighting. Goodness and mercy are not going to be before you to be pursued all the days of your life. Goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. It means your dreams are gravitating towards you. Your dreams are pursuing you. If you keep running after your dreams is running after you. It's lunacy. You are running from something that is running from you. So you are not supposed to pursue dreams. You position for your dreams. So that your dreams can meet you. You can strategize. ISIS did not pursue his dreams. ISIS, evil organization, terrible organization, wicked organization. But they achieved a lot of their dreams. But how did they achieve it? Not through hustle, not through jumping around, not through business cards, not through PowerPointing, not through doing presentations all over the place. They didn't have a blog, they didn't have podcasts. I'm not saying you don't have all of that. You must. But understand that most importantly, ISIS was on one spot. His masquerade was dancing on one spot. And the whole world was coming to dance to it where they were. So this is the time to set yourself on fire on one spot so that the world can come and watch you burn, as they say. This is not the time to rave. This is the time to position. Positioning is superior to momentum now. Positioning is superior to momentum now. You need to position. And part of that positioning is to begin to adjust your business model and begin to adjust your legislations, policies, begin to adjust your rules that govern your business model, that govern your operations until now. And part of that, I have to be specific. So let me go to some of the questions being asked. Digital currency has come to stay. Somebody asked me about banking. Well, the banking world is not going to go, but digital currency is going to disrupt the banking world. Because of time, I cannot talk about the reality of one currency and one government because those are sure experiences. And this is the rehearsal for that. All that is happening now, the government on the back end, listen to this, don't miss this. The government on the back end is also earning the right to control your freedom. If the government tells you not to go out 5 months ago, there will be riots on the streets. You see? So this reality now is forcing everybody to accept the control of government. But every time control exists, manipulation is parallel to it. So whether you like it or not, you can't have control without manipulation. And you cannot have manipulation without control, right? So because the government is not in control of our freedom, there's also a lot of manipulation that's going to go along with that. Part of that also means that in the post-COVID world, we're going to have more government involvement in private sector activities until now. The perfect model for the system of government post-COVID is China. You are going to have freedom of democracy to an extent. You are going to have a pseudo version of freedom, a pseudo version of capitalism, but with government control. It will be communism, It will be socialism, but trust me, it will be capitalism or democracy either. It will not have a name, but maybe they will give it a name at some point. But the name of this one is there's going to be a lot of control. So you have to be really compelling to get attention. Remember the movie, the documentary movie, The Men Who Built America. The Men Who Built America. That is a template of how individuals and the private sector can compel the government to negotiate with them through superior ideation. Superior ideation. So this is the time, and Christians, man, you are the one with the Holy Ghost. What $50 billion of research we do, a 1 hour in worship can reveal it to you tonight. So time has been compressed for you Christians, man. The Holy Ghost in your inside has shrunk budgets for you. The Holy Ghost on your inside has shrunk years of research for you. And so you can understand that placement. This is the time to lebro sakura sukaina kusakabaya. This is the time to speak in tongues and come into an imaginative zone and come into creative zone where ideas, 15-year research of the cure to cancer can be given to you in 2 hours of worship, where the cure to HIV can be delivered to you, where the vaccine formula for COVID can be given to you in 5 minutes of worship. Academics rule the world. It handed over to education. Education is not academics. Academics is what you are taught. Education is what you teach yourself, pretty much. Education is the ability of the human spirit to experience its environment, to question it deep enough to find the options that exist in it, and to know the ones to embrace as a matter of supreme importance and urgency. I'll take it again. Education is the ability of the human spirit to experience its environment, to question it deep enough to find the options that exist in it, and to know the ones to embrace as a matter of supreme importance and urgency. Now, education is what built Microsoft. They didn't finish academics. Education is what built Facebook. They didn't finish academics. Education has taken over from academics. Education now hires academics. Education is what you are taught. Academics is what you are taught. Education is what you teach yourself. Revelation is what is given to you. It's not what you teach yourself. It's what is given to you. There is a non-human element that is involved in education. You see all of what you call artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is broken into 4 parts. There is the algorithm part, which everybody understands. There is the machine learning algorithms part, which the whole world understand. Then there is the human element. There is a new human element that controls those two, and that is bureaucracy, that is finance, that is resources, that is where planning of how to deploy it is and how to share it is coming from. But there is a non-human element to it, and that is where the spiritual realm is. That is where the devil is operating from, and that's where God is king of, because God is not just the father of good people. God is the father of all spirits, all, plus evil spirit, plus good spirit, all kinds of spirit. So the power available to you at this time is a revelation coming from heaven to disrupt even the things in the hand of the devil and the things in the hand of God's people. So never in human history have we had the opportunity ahead of us today, right? We are blessed to be living in this generation. We are in the best of times. This is the season of the underdog, and we have to come to that place of strength and recognize that our capacity is not in the war rooms, it's not in our brainstorming sessions. Our capacity is not in our strategy sessions. Our capacity now is in God's presence. And from that God's presence, we are going to begin to launch ideas. Please, don't go to God's presence to ask about Abraham. Don't go and ask about Isaac. Go to God's presence to ask about culture shaping initiatives. You see, I don't know if you guys know, there is a program, a cartoon called G-Force. You know how they used to start it? This was 1990. Do you know how they start the cartoon? Welcome to 2020 and the world has changed. This is 2020 and the world has changed. 1990. When they were saying that. If you think 2020 is happenstance, you are making a mistake. 2020 is strategic in the clock of life. Human beings are driving a visible agenda. God is driving an invisible agenda, but being downloaded into human beings to take positions in this season. So never forget that. Today, the ideas that will control your market is within your control. It's not going to come to you because of what you will do or because of what you do. It's going to come to you in spite of what you do. These are not the time to earn ideas. Ideas are being bestowed on his children that are positioned to manage kingdom finance. Coca-Cola is not popular because it is fine. Coca-Cola is popular because of the investment that goes into its popularity, the money put into its advertisement. Jesus is not as popular because those who fund Coca-Cola spend more money than those who fund Jesus. The Bible says, my city shall once again spread through prosperity. The prosperity coming to you today is not an ordinary prosperity to make you comfortable. No, your comfort is no longer the priority. Kingdom expansion is the priority. The money into your hands is for the advancement of God's kingdom. The day you understand that, your enlargement begins. He said, you don't have because you don't ask. Then he said, those of you who ask, you ask for the wrong motives, spending it on yourself. When you make the kingdom your priority, when you make the kingdom your agenda, and you know your finance is to expand the borders and the walls of our kingdom, you cannot play second fiddle to any business. God cannot own your business and you are the second best business. You will lead your market. You will be the industry leader. You will be the premier business in your space. But these are the foundational thinking that must drive your career and drive your understanding at this time. These are not the times you give what you can afford. These are the times you give what you are instructed to do. A kingdom idea today is not in ownership. Ownership must be eliminated. Stewardship must come into being. For what do you have that you did not receive? If indeed you receive it, why do you act as if you did not? These are the times to unlock your cap as a custodian of resources. When you begin to position at that level, you begin to see ideas coming to you, kings coming to the brightness of your rising, with their golds and silver, all the rams of Nebaioth and the ships of Tarshish, and all of those things are coming to your location. You are not looking for them, they are looking for you. That's the new idea. And so digital currency, some of you are going to be positioned in that place. Somebody asked about cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency has come to stay. Trust me. Blockchain has come to stay. There's no fighting blockchain. There's no war against blockchain. There's no resistance to blockchain. You must celebrate what is going on, learn about it, know how it is working. In fact, some of you may need to launch your own currency. Some of you may need to launch your own currency. The church can launch a currency, right? So you need to begin to understand, these are the times to gather your research team together and let them give you 3-step way forward to take a space in digital currency. See, there's a land grab going on. There's a land grab going on. When you build, be careful how you build. Build your own platforms now. You can use Facebook to drive attention to your platform. Don't build your platform on Facebook. That is like building a house on rented land, right? Building your own house on rented land. Your land now is your land. If you put on Facebook, Facebook can shut you down overnight. That's the reality. They can shut your account down overnight for reasons best known to them. So you need to outgrow that and begin to control your own territory. Let me speak to the app development space. Look, I was watching a church last week, and the entire choir was singing in the church. The entire choir. I said, oh, why are they singing? Then I realized that they were not singing in the church. They were all singing from their homes. All of them wore the same t-shirt from their homes. And they were all singing from their homes. And it was being live. So we can still have 200 people singing at the same time and being live in church. I say yes. So one guy who is the head of IT in the church, was talking to me, and he was saying, I saw it, it was awesome. Da, 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 da. I said, man, he said, data is a problem. I said, it's not about data, it's about app. Just find, that's nothing great. Just find the app they used to do that, and you can repeat it tomorrow, next Sunday. You can repeat it in your church. It is not just enough. The word is not enough to sustain value online. Experience, it what sustains value online, of which the word is only a part of. I've told those who care to listen, we need more content online than services for churches. We need more content online than services. We need to stretch. Services are great. We will preach, we will teach, but we also need to guys, you need to get creative. That is, I'm very sure it's not the pastor of that church that came up with that idea. It must be some guy in the choir who thought we can do that. Don't leave things for pastors to do now. Let every department rise up to the plate. Think about how your work can find expression online. Document it in a 2-page, submit to pastor, and see how we can go forward. This is the time to maximize the authority that has been given to us. So, app development, start thinking about difficulties in human lifestyle. Let me teach you this. The way to build apps is to first conceive the purpose. Purpose precedes design. Hello? Hello? Pastor Lee, are you here? Hello, Pastor Lee, I cannot hear you. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, can you send a message? I hope I've not been talking to myself.